proportional and non-proportional equations and relationships. Your learning target, you can identify and determine constant of variation. All right, looking at some equations, the definition of proportional is only x and y. There should only be x and y terms. If there's more than x and y, then it's not proportional. So, this one, 5x equals 6y, proportional or not proportional? Proportional because there's x and y, and only x and y. What about 9x plus 3y equals -1, yes or no? Say it with yes or no?
No.
No, and what makes it no? The -1 makes it no. 6y equals -3x, yes or no?
No.
There's only x and y, so that would be proportional. Terms, its definition is terms, okay? 3x minus 2y is 4.
No.
What makes it no?
4.
The 4. 0 minus 7y equals 4x.
Yes.
Yes, and how do you know?
0 has no value.
Yeah, because 0 cancels out, and you are left with just that x and y. Okay? 4y minus 3 equals 8x, yes or no? Huh?
No.
No, because of the -3. Fun. That is fun to do. And as far as rigor level though, it's pretty low on the totem pole because you're just identifying. You're just saying yes or no to something. The next learning objective is if it is a directly proportional statement, you need to write an equation. The equation needs to look like this, so box it up. Y equals kx. Box that up. And here's how you do it. You're going to make sure y is on the left. Then you're going to move the x to the right. Then you divide by whatever is in front of y. So we're definitely using algebra here. We're going to make sure y is on the left. Make sure x is on the right, and divide through by whatever's in front of y. And this, what I mean here, left of the equal sign, right of the equal sign. Okay, that's what I mean by that. So, 2y equals 3x. That is directly proportional, so now I need to write it in proper form. So, y is on the left, check. Second, x is on the right, it already is. I can jump right to step 3, divide by what's in front of y. So what's in front of y?
2.
So I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and I get y equals 3 over 2x. And you leave it like that. Okay?
Wait, what's the denominator?
2. That's a 2. Whatever you divided y by. Okay. Step 1, make sure y is on the left. It's not, so I'm going to flip these to get y on the left. I can do that because equality is commutative. You can flip it around. 4y equals 8x. Do you know how I got that?
Yeah.
Okay, step 2, x is on the right. Is x on the right? Okay.
Yeah.
Step 3, divide by what's in front of y. So what's in front of y?
4.
So y equals 2x. Done. So I'm looking at this, and you might want your notes for today. You're just checking step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, step 1. Y on the left. Is y on the left?
No.
Well, I mean of equal sign.
Yeah.
Is y on the left of the equal sign? Yes. Second, move x to the right. So this is a positive 5x. How do you move a positive 5? Minus. So I'm going to minus 5x to both sides of the equal sign. 2y equals negative 5x. Step 3, divide by what's in front of y. So divide by 2, divide by 2. And you get y is equal to negative 5 over 2x. So let me rephrase what our target was there. Identify if it's a proportional relationship. That means are there only x and y terms? And then write it. And how we write it, we make sure y is on the left, x is on the right, divide. So those are my 3 things that I'm doing right away. I say y left, x right, and then I divide. That's the 3 things I do.
How come it's negative 5 over 2?
Because this is a positive 5x, and if I want to move it, I have to do the opposite, or the inverse. So the inverse of positive is subtracting. Okay? All right, next. Now you're going to have to, given a table, make an equation. So I'm going to give you a table, you have to make an equation. And here's how you do it. I want you to write, over here on the question side, I want you to write y equals kx. That's how every equation should look. So right there on the right, y equals kx. Now you need, that's what I meant. And now you need to know what k is. K is always y over x. Always.
So
That is the heart of our lesson today. So y equals kx is what the equation should look like. You're always going to have to find k, which is that constant of variation, and it's y over x. So first you're going to find what is y over x. And then you're going to write it. So why don't you bubble write, just so you don't get overwhelmed with all the words in step 2. So step 1, find y over x. Step 2, write the equation. Do you know what you multiply 10 by to get to 4? Yes or no?
No.
No, me neither. But I do know that I can find that ratio, the y over x, and that's what I multiply through by. So k is equal to y over x. This is my y, 4 over 10. Okay? Stay with me, you guys. You have to stay with me. Which is 2 over 5. So y equals 2 over 5x. This is huge. This is a huge lesson. But you don't have the equation. Okay, do you know the next one? Do you know what you multiply 2 by to get to 3?
No.
I don't know it off the top of my head, so I need to figure it out. K is equal to y over x. So y over x is 3 over 2. And then you write it. Y equals 3 over 2x. It's not too bad, but it's weird to think about. That's actually, you can times 2 by 3 halves to get to 3. And it's 2, watch. So 2 times 3 over 2 is equal to 3. I mean, it's always will work. Sometimes you don't have to create the ratio, but the ratio is always a strategy that will work. Sometimes okay, what's the equation of this table? Times what?
4.
Times 4, right?
Yeah.
So I could say y equals 4x. That's a learning target for today. But some kids might be like, well, you just told me to use a ratio. It is the same exact thing. I can use a ratio, y over x is 4 over 1, which is just 4. But if I don't have to think about ratios, I try not to because sometimes that can be confusing. So if I can quickly identify what I multiply by, I just make it. Okay, one more, I think. Just one little baby, one left. Yep. Okay. Now you're going to write an equation given a point. Bubble y over x, because that's always what you need. Y equals kx. This is the heart of our lesson. This is what your equation should look like, and k is always y over x. And you know what else you need to know? X is first, y is second. You need to know that. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do y over x again. And then you're going to multiply it, or just write the equation. So you do y over x, and then you write it. X is my 4, y is my 7. So k is equal to y over x, so 7 over 4, and then just write the equation. And that's it. I mean, it's not too bad, the process. It's just remembering that k is a ratio of y over x. So k is y over x, so 12 over 5. It would be y is equal to 12 over 5x. K is y over x, 6 over 10, which is what, 3 over 5? Y equals 3 over 5x. And that's our learning target. You can make an equation from a table, from a point. You can identify proportional statements and rewrite them.